Hello. Let me turn the music down. It's too loud. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Am I coming through? Am I coming through loud and clear or what? Hello? Orange hat. Orange hat. He has an orange hat. Everyone calm down. Everyone calm down. What's up, Daniel? What's up, Sushi Fool? I think I said your name right. Welcome to the channel, members. Those are the people with the cool colored names. You love to see it. What's up, Thundry? What's up, Lauren? What's up, Barry? What's up, Josie? Josie. Whenever I see the name Josie, I think of Blink-182. Good song. What's up, Muddy Boat? What's up, Matt Girl? What up, bruh? Bruh's always in here. Bruh, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, bruh. What's up, Becca? Hissing Kitten. What's up, Jesse? You like my orange hat? It's freaking Carhartt, brother. You know what I'm saying? Carhartt, brother. That's what I do when I put it on every time. I go like this. I put it on. I go, hell yeah, brother. I'm sorry. Thanks, Rachel, for gifting memberships. It's like Twitch. We can gift memberships now. Woo! Let's go. Let's go, brother. I think Rachel just wanted to test it out. She wanted to see if it worked, and it does. Are you able to choose who you gift it to? I usually get Josie and the Pussycats, but not Blink-182. Yeah. Well, I'm just not like regular girls, okay? I'm not like other girls, okay? So just so you know. Yo, what's up, cabbages? What up, what up? What's up, Sarah? What's up, Panda? What's up, Obeam? Welcome in, everyone. How's everyone's week going so far, huh? How y'all doing? Membership gifts are randomly selected. Okay. I wasn't sure if they changed it from Twitch, because Twitch, it's the same way. You can't really choose who you're gifting, unless you're choosing like to gift it to one person. What's up, Wide Ride? I've had a rough week, if I'm being honest, but we're having a good day today. And so that's why I'm here, brother. You know, when I'm having a bad day, you're not going to see me on stream. I'll tell you that much. But we're having a good day today. So, you know, shout out to Wednesday. It's called hump day for a reason. Because you got to hump around and turn it around. It's going to be $25,000 to fix your boyfriend's semi-truck? Yikes. I am sorry. That sucks. It's been one of those weeks. Yeah, for real. You're going for a deadlift PR tomorrow? Let's freaking go, dude. You're living for the high-vis at? You guys, look it. You'll never freaking lose me now, okay? Look it. I'm over here. You know where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I move this out of the way. Look at this. Where am I? You don't freaking... You do know, because I got the orange hat on. So, don't worry about it. You guys, you'll never miss me. You guys, you'll never miss me. Okay. Ugh. The stream is going to a weird place. It does happen like that. You know what I'm saying? Take it off and show the locks. You guys, this might be your last time seeing the hair. The hair this long. You know why? Because on Friday... Does anyone know what's happening on Friday? Is anyone paying attention? Is anyone paying attention? Who knows? What's up, Journey? Hey, see you later, Daniel. Wait, I lost you without the hat. Don't worry, I'll put it back on. So, this Friday is big charity stream widowy. This Friday is a big day, okay? So 2 days from now, at about this time, so if you're here right now, you can be here for the charity stream as well, okay? We are going to be doing a charity stream. Well, we're going to be part of a charity stream that's already going on. But we are going to do our part. I'm doing my part. Where if we raise $5,000, I'll be cutting my hair. Not on stream, because I couldn't set up to have someone come here and cut my hair on stream. Besides, I didn't want to, like, if we don't hit the number, I don't want to have someone waste their time to come over. And then it's like, oh, well, we didn't hit the number, so thanks for coming over. Like, and so if we hit that number, I'm going to get a haircut. And I had you guys vote on what haircut it will be. And everyone voted for a wolf cut, which if you don't know what that is, I guess I can look it up. And yeah, what time on Friday? So it'll be basically this time. So around, I think I'm starting at 4 here. So it'll be an hour, a little bit earlier than this stream started. And then here, I'll show you guys what a wolf cut men's. So it'll look something like this. I don't know. There's lots of different types. I don't know exactly which one I'll do, but I'm definitely going to do one where it's a little bit longer in the back because I grew all this hair out for a reason. All right. But I don't know. Something like this. Something like that, maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure if I'd want to do this. This looks like kind of like a bowl cut in the front. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Raven? Maybe something like that. That doesn't look like a real person, though, to be honest. That looks a little AI generated. You know what I'm saying? Wolf cut def suits you. It's more modern, I think. Yeah. Get that money piece. I got to get the money piece. But yeah, so a wolf cut is what we're doing. So I had a photo on my community tab that I feel like that one looks good, but I'm not seeing it on this page, but yeah. You found my channel by accidentally falling into Girl World. I'm sorry. Hopefully you can get out. Hopefully you can crawl out at some point. You know what I'm saying? For yourself more than anything. I'm just kidding. Welcome in. We're happy to have you here. I hope you're doing well. With larger body fat, I've noticed when it's cold, my legs stay colder longer, like the skin. Even when I've gone inside, anyone else experienced the same? I can't say I've experienced the same thing. I got here randomly. What do you usually do here? Nothing, man. We just hang out. One of my daughters had a congenital heart defect. She sadly died in the NICU. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. One day babies like here can live. Yeah. So that's like, so the charity that we're going to be raising money for, is the American Heart Association. So we are going to be raising, that's like what the charity live stream is for. Yeah, we're raising money to help with, heart defects. And then obviously in America, there's a lot of issues with heart health and stuff like that. So it's just about raising awareness and, raising some money for that. Obviously your heart is very important and there are a lot of things that it does for you. And there are a lot of issues that people have with their heart and stuff. So yeah. What's up, Blue? Talk about what you're doing wrong with fitness and health. What we all do wrong. Yeah. Is there a reason you wanted to raise money for this particular charity? They reached out to me at TwitchCon, and they asked if I wanted to do something with them, and I was like, yeah, I don't see why not. But then Scotty K Fitness is doing a week-long live stream where he's raising money because he has very personal. His daughter has a defect in her, I think it's in her whole body, but it affects her heart as well. And it's very personal to him, and they started doing stuff with him, and then they reached out to me to see if I wanted to join, and I was like, yeah, of course. So yeah. Thoughts on ALR stopping Ozempic? Yeah, well, I'm going to be filming a video about it probably tomorrow, so we'll get into that tomorrow. I'm not going to talk about it too much on the stream. But thank you for the donation. $5. That was very nice of you. Am I playing games today? No games. We have a video we're going to be talking about. Yeah. Oh, is the stream? I thought you were saying no because the stream went down. Quit a diet. I'm shocked. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be filming a video tomorrow, so we'll get into that. We'll get into that for sure. How to fix sitting like a shrimp all day? Well, you have to actively kind of try, but then definitely be doing back workouts. I'm definitely not an expert with that stuff, but yeah. How will the donations work? So I think there'll be a separate option. Sorry, I didn't see your message. There'll be a completely different option. And what's really cool with YouTube Giving, which is what we'll be doing it through, is that 100% of the proceeds go to the Heart Association. So it's not like, 70% goes to them and 30% goes to fees. Like YouTube sends 100% of the donation to the charity that you're raising for. Obviously for us, it'll be the American Heart Association. So any money that you do donate, if you do decide to donate, which would be awesome, will be going to them. And then there'll be a separate like tab that's not like a super chat tab. So yeah. Looking forward to the charity stream as long as I can stay awake. Yeah. It won't be super long. I commented on the Over the Pond episode last week. I hope you and Fraser cover more lol cows. I don't know who Biggie is, but you guys keep talking about him, and I need to know. Oh God, that's a long story. But if you guys haven't checked out, make sure you check out the Over the Pond podcast that I'm doing with Fraser or iNabber if you guys know him. It has been so much fun. Like I'm really enjoying doing that podcast, and it's been like. I think it's been the most enjoyable podcast I've done with I did the one with my brother for a long time, but with another like YouTube creator, it's the only one I've ever done, but it's been really, really enjoyable. So definitely go check that out. If you haven't checked out Over the Pond, it's a lot of fun. What's up, Haley? A snow day. We had a snow day earlier. We had a wind day yesterday. It was so freaking windy here. All right, let's get into this video that we're going to be looking at. I don't want to keep you guys waiting too long. And I think I'm going to be going grocery shopping after I'm done with this stream. So let me know how the volume is on everything. Like once I start the vid. Not too much about to drive. Of course you're going to drive. You're freaking always on the move, dude. You're literally always on the move. Shout out to Haley, though. She's the best. Boogie is a very long story. A very, very long story. All right. It looks like we're getting hit with some ads right now, so we're going to wait before we get into it. Mental breakdown. So this is a good trap who raised lots of coin for charity. Yeah, I hope so too. I'm like, I don't really want to cut my hair, so that's why I made the donation amount pretty high. Like 5,000. I know that that's not a little bit of money. That's a lot of money, and I am like genuinely not sure we'll be able to raise that. But that's kind of why I did it so much, because like I don't really want to cut my hair, but I will. And I'm glad that you guys chose the wolf cut, because that means I can keep my hair kind of long. Rachel lives in New York. I love beef so much. She is my god. Calling someone just beef is crazy. I love beef. Let's freaking go. What's up, Annika? How are you doing? I'm sorry that you're having a rough day, Blue. I feel you though. It's been rough for me. This weather has been tough. It's been interesting going from basically perpetual sunlight to basically no sunlight for weeks on end. It sucked, dude. Yesterday, the sun was out for the first time in forever, but it was so windy that you literally just couldn't go outside. Like you just couldn't go outside. And I was like, this is horrible. This is so wrong, dude. When does the charity stream start? So the charity stream will start 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So about an hour before, right? Is it 4 that we agreed on, Rachel? But it'll be going on around this time. Welcome to New England. Yeah, I know. Oh, what's up, Elders? Emo, it's good to see you. You got a walking pad? Yeah, I need to get a walking pad too. I deliver pizza in New York, and the roads have been... Yeah, that's insane, dude. You guys are the best that deliver food and when it's crazy like this. Everyone, iNabber is here. Everyone comment beans. Beans in chat for iNabber. Beans in chat. I love my walking pad, yeah. Beans. I was just talking about the podcast. It was really crazy. I was talking to Fraser and he said, yeah, I'm going to donate $20,000. I don't know if he's donating that in American currency or fake British currency. He didn't specify it with me. I'm just kidding. Yeah, can Kenji donate some of his? Can Kenji donate some of his his Kenji coin that he has made? And that's just the revenue from the last podcast. Yeah, we're raking it in with the podcast, you guys. Is this a British thing? You ever straight out of the tin while it's crying in the bath? Fake British. A milli each, yeah, yeah. We're just raking in the dough with the podcast, you guys. No, but it's been a lot of fun. If you haven't checked out Over the Pond, I highly recommend. It's a really good time. But let's get into this video. So we're going to be talking about, let me pause this music. So we are going to be talking about this video from, I think, someone that a lot of you guys might know. So this is Lean Beef Patty. What's up, Marsha? And she's really popular on TikTok, but she's also pretty popular. I mean, she has almost 3 million subscribers, so obviously very popular here on YouTube as well. Personally, I've always really kind of enjoyed Patty's content. She's someone that I think, for the most part, is doing a net positive for fitness and this the fitness, weight loss, general health space. And so when I saw this video, I thought it was interesting. So I think we'll kind of go over and I'll share my thoughts on it. And yeah, I thought it'd be a fun one to kind of react to see what she has to say. So again, so the title of this video is "You're Not Making Progress. Here's Why." Here, I will post it in here if you guys want to watch it without me yapping on top of it. So there you go. There's the original video. Go give it a like. And let's just get into it, right? Let's do our thing. Shout out to Patty. Shout out to Beans. Shout out to Fraser. Shout out to Demi. All right, let's do this.
You're not progressing.
How's the volume? Let me know. Like her voice compared to my voice. I can change things up. Let me know.
This video is going to dissect the reasons why you may not be progressing, okay? Specifically in the gym, but I think almost all of them, if not all of them, can also apply to
I see a cat back there.
Other aspects of life.
Volume is good. Let's freaking go. I'm a professional streamer. You know what I'm saying?
In no particular order, this is why you're not making progress. Reason number 1, you do not stick to a schedule. You live your life willy-nilly, unplanned, free with the wind. Sometimes that's awesome. Sometimes
I feel attacked right now. I'm really bad with schedules. I'm really not good with them at all.
It's like, spontaneous life. I'm free. But most of the time, in all seriousness.
Okay, but for real, how many of y'all do you have a daily schedule that you actively try and follow? Or are you someone that is less of a schedule person? I'm very curious about that because I actively and when I say a lot of times it's Rachel trying to help me, but whenever I try and make a schedule, my immediate thought is, how do I not do this? I don't know what it is about me, but I am so bad with trying to let me make a schedule and stick to it. I'm not good.
Schedule is very important, okay? Even if you don't have the most strict schedule, a general one, specifically with the gym, especially if you're just getting started in the gym, very important to have a general schedule. Now, as a beginner,
I think if we're talking about going to the gym and trying to set up a routine, then yeah, having a schedule. Because if you're just going to the gym and just kind of doing things how I feel like doing things, that's usually kind of a recipe for disaster. So I think with the gym, I feel like that's, for me, it's a little bit easier to stick to like a schedule when it comes to a specific thing. But like when it comes to a schedule as far as my entire life, that's hard for me to stick to.
You don't have to go 7 days a week. In fact, you should not go 7 days a week.
True.
You don't even have to go 6. You don't even have to go 5. You should go what's manageable for you. I think 3 is a really good place to start, and I think 4's a pretty.
My ADHD hates a schedule and it pisses me off, and I need to forget everything required to keep me alive and employed. Yeah, I feel that 100%. I'm really bad with it. So, you know, this is not me saying, "Hey, you guys, listen," because this is all the things I do. No. We're learning together. All right. I just planned my life around my training vibes. I thought of my own schedule with my own time, but absolutely hate outside forces or people giving me deadlines. I adhere to my workout routine rigidly. Yeah, it's like I will do this because I want to. But if you tell me to do something, nah.
Pretty good sweet spot, all right, if you're training with intensity. I like 4 to 5.
Yeah, I personally enjoy like lifting 3 to 4 times a week right now. 3 to 4 times a week, and then I usually will run. Right now it's been hard because it's been so freaking cold, man, and windy, so I can't really run. I'm too much of a weenie. I don't care. Y'all that have lived on the East Coast forever, okay, this is a tangent, but I was thinking about this. I grew up in San Diego, West Coast, right? Southern California. I think it is easier to be fit if you live where it's sunny. I just think it's easier. It's freaking hard, dude. It is so much harder to be motivated if it's cold outside. Like, it's hard. It's so much harder. So to anyone that is from the East Coast and is fit or working on their fitness, or just anywhere where it's very cold, Midwest as well, y'all are real ones, because this is harder. This is hard mode for sure, in my opinion.
Oh my gosh, my cat is like eating this light.
I'm always more fit in the summer. Yeah.
Ambiance! All right.
Grew up in
Now,
Massachusetts.
how exactly to schedule yourself is going to depend on you. All right? If I could give you all the answers, I would. Unfortunately, I cannot. I can give you my advices. Here's my advices. When I had a schedule which required me to be in a certain location at 7:45 in the morning, I went to the gym before that because I had a lot of anxiety. So going to the gym before that actually helped me a lot.
Yeah, it sucks running in. Humidity is definitely a tough one for sure. The rain and cold of winter makes everything tough. Been that way all week here in Colorado, and it's been rough. Yeah, it gets tough, man.
And I didn't want to do anything after that. So that priority was an easy priority for me because I was filled with a raging ball of anxiety. Now, if you don't have a raging ball of anxiety, what I did once that anxiety kind of like smoothed out a little bit was I did start going after my obligations were done being obligations. Go on a schedule. If you have to go during the busy time, you go during the busy time. You know, stick to a schedule. Very important, very important, very important. Manageable schedule. 3 days a week is enough. All right? If you want to build a couple more days, build a couple more days, but you got to stick to that schedule.
So I do want to say, right, like with anything, like just because someone says that it works for them and it's really important for them, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do this, right? Like if you really, someone that struggles with schedules, this is why I don't really like speaking in absolutes, and this is no shade at Patty and whatever, right? Like, but I just try and, I don't like to speak in absolutes because I understand everyone is at a different point in their life and everyone has different things that they might struggle with. And so like, if the thought of having a daily schedule, life schedule for you is daunting, it's not completely necessary in my opinion. I'm someone that struggles with it and I've been able to make this work for me, right? And so I just want to make that clear. I don't want anyone to watch this and be like, oh man, I really struggle with this and now that makes me feel bad. I think if it's something you want to work on and you can see value in working on, having more of a schedule, then of course, obviously, yeah, work on that thing, right? But don't feel like, oh, this is an absolute for me to be successful in XYZ, right? Anyways.
You cannot slack on that schedule and then complain about how you're not progressing because you literally didn't do the bare minimum and stick with it. So you have to stick with it. Numero dos. But in no particular order of importance, numero dos. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing, and I don't even mean like you have to be the most knowledgeable person in the world. You definitely don't have to, but you should at least have a general sense of what
Yeah, I like what Rachel said, right? You can maybe schedule a few aspects, but not the whole day. Yeah, that's what I do. Because like if I try and schedule the whole day, I just feel anxious the whole time. And so yeah, I like to just kind of have like a couple things that I'm like, okay, today I know I have to do this, right? And this is the thing that I need to do. And then obviously everyone's different, right? If you're working a 9 to 5, if you have work that's like 2 hours away from your house, like that's going to affect what you're able to do in a day versus if someone's working from home or if someone is an influencer, YouTuber. I don't know who that would be. They're going to have more time to do certain things, right? And so it's always important to understand and recognize that, right?
What you're doing every day. Even if it's like the most random thing ever that you just like to do, you should write it down so you know what you're doing. That includes eating. I don't like to preach like tracking calories or tracking macros because I don't think that works for every person. I think some people have
So it says down here, the practice itself works obviously, but it can be mentally harmful and in some cases counterproductive, is what I mean by it doesn't work. Yeah, I agree with that. I like that. What's up? What's up, Lupa? It's good to see you. Lupa is a streamer that I know from Twitch. Yeah, this is Lean Beef Patty. We're watching a vid.
Tendency to become quite obsessive and then it destroys.
It was Lupa's birthday. Was it yesterday? 2 days ago? Happy birthday, Lupa.
Their whole life. And then they like develop other issues, which is no bueno. But I think having a general concept of what you are eating is actually very helpful. So you don't have to be super strict with it, but you should generally know, A, what your needs are, at least your maintenance around. Mm-hmm. You don't even have to like know the exact number, but just like when I eat this amount of food, I feel this certain way.
Yeah.
Or, if I ate a little bit more, I'd feel a little bit stronger. Or
I agree with this. I think having a base knowledge of the amount of calories you are consuming is very helpful. And I think it can feel very daunting if you're starting from not tracking at all. But I think that tracking is difficult, but it's not impossible to figure out, right? I was able to figure it out, and there are so many other people that have been able to figure out. So it's just about understanding it's not going to be perfect the first day you track. It's going to probably feel very weird. You're going to feel like you're making a ton of mistakes. That's completely normal, but just try and get into the habit of doing it if that's something that you want to do. Because I think that learning to understand how many calories are in certain foods and stuff like that is invaluable. Like, I don't track anymore. I haven't tracked for, I don't even know, close to 10 years, probably 8 years at this point, right? But the things that I learned when I was tracking, I still am able to implement in my daily life, right? So like it really has helped me be able to maintain my weight loss for this extended period of time because I learned so much when I was tracking, right? So I think tracking can be very useful, but it also, like she put, can be harmful if you end up becoming hyperfixated on, right?
If I, you know what I'm saying? Have a general concept. That's very important. Now, if you really want to take it to the next level and like actually see changes, then you might have.
Rachel says, I've been tracking again since January. I lost 27 pounds. Hell yeah. W's in chat for Rachel. What I do remember from tracking is how much more calories is in everything. Like way more than you would just guess. Yeah, 100%. I think it should just come natural to keep weight off and lose.
Have to get a little more detail oriented.
Rachel.
Like you might have to actually
Let's go,
know.
Rachel.
If actually knowing is going to be some sort of a trigger for you, then maybe think, hey, is like changing in this way more important than my sanity? Or is my sanity and happiness my number one goal? So prioritize that. Prioritize. The hard truth is, though, it is difficult to change if you don't know what you have to change, if that makes sense. So be aware of what you're doing. And also with the gym,
what's up, Nicole?
Very helpful to track your
W
workouts,
for my fellow Rachel.
at least to get a general sense of like, I lifted this much last week. So, if I can lift a little bit more this week and this week, and then I take a rest, I have a deload, something like that. So then you know what you're doing. But if you have no idea what you're doing ever, how are you going to know what moves to make?
Yeah, I agree with that. This is why I'm someone that's not a huge fan of like consistently changing your routine all the time. You don't have to confuse your muscles, right? I don't think you necessarily have to write everything down all the time. I think eventually if you're doing the same routine week in and week out, right, all the time, and oh, last week I lifted this much on bench. Okay, I'll try and do 2.5 pounds more, 5 pounds more. I'll try and do more reps. Like you can kind of remember if you're doing the same things. But if you want to, have a journal with you and write it down, then you don't even have to worry about remembering, right? So that's obviously a good advice.
Does that make sense? Like you have to know a little bit. Numero 3, you care too much about what other people are doing, or you care too much about what they think about you. Which the latter, I think getting over that either comes with experience, maturity, both those things combined. So you realize just like, I don't know, some people it's just a character trait that they have that they just don't care what other people think. I think most people do care to some degree.
I don't have that. I care. I care what people think. The name of this video is You're Not Making Progress. Here's why. That's just the honest truth. Like I wish I could film myself in the gym more, but like I just don't want to be that person that has a camera in the gym, and I just can't. Like it's such a hump for me to try and get over, because I've seen so many videos of people being absolute idiots in the gym with their camera, and I'm like, I don't want to be associated with that. It's like I just can't do it, man. I can't do it. But I do think that, especially when it comes to the gym, I think a lot of people are afraid to start because they're like, oh, people are going to judge me. They're going to be staring at me. And I'm like, okay, unless you're like, you have a camera with you, right? And you are filming yourself, like I was just sharing, people aren't going to, like, you're not going to be, a ton of people aren't going to be staring at you the whole time, right? People are there to focus on themselves. I'm there to focus on myself. But honestly, if someone came up to me and was like, hey, I have a question about XYZ, I would be stoked to help. Like, absolutely would be happy to help in that situation. I understand it is scary to go up to a random person, but like, you have to like just
what others think. But as you, I don't know, go through life.
I'm going to set up my tripod tomorrow. Well, see, okay, so that's different, right? I think if you're just filming it, like I'll film lifts every once in a while. I'll put my phone down and like film like if I'm lifting a heavy bench, 320 recently, no big deal. But like, as far as like just filming like content and walking around and setting up or every single thing I'm doing, that's too much for me.
Hopefully at some point it clicks for you. Why? It's like, I don't really care what that person's doing. So why would I care what they're like thinking that I'm doing? Does that make sense? But semi-related to that, I see this sometimes, is caring what other people are doing and letting that goal of this other person affect what you're doing. Don't do that. Like you see, like you're.
Lupa likes the haircut. I think this is kind of like a wolf cut, right? Is this kind of what my hair will look like, you guys?
You're on a bulk right now, okay? You're bulking. Or you're doing weightlifting and you're trying to get better at weightlifting. And then you see this other person.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna look like lean beef Patty. You guys are gonna be like, who's John and who's John and who's Patty? You're not gonna know, dude. You're not gonna freaking know.
Doing bodybuilding, so you switch it up.
Can y'all stop thirsting over the person we're talking about right now, okay? Can you stop thirsting over Patty? We're having a nice conversation, okay? Calm down. Okay? Obese to beef. Just put mascara on, I won't be able to know the difference.
Nilly all the time. You're switching it up too often because you're getting distracted by these other things, and you can't ever stick to a goal because you're like, oh, but this other person's doing that and blah blah, and this looks like really fun. Which there's nothing wrong with switching it up and thinking that like something's really fun and trying new things. That in and of itself, is a positive thing. Mm-hmm. But if you're switching it up all the time and then you're thinking, why am I not getting better at this one thing? It's because you've become a jack of all trades. A jack of all trades and a master of none. So that's why you're not really getting better at like this one thing. You're not seeing progress in your weightlifting because you're not focusing on your weightlifting. You saw Joe Schmo doing bodybuilding and you're like, oh my gosh, yep. Joe Schmo's doing bodybuilding. I should do bodybuilding. Frick Joe Schmo, Who's that guy? Focus on your goal one at a time, baby. Line them up, one at a time. Boom, boom, boom. And then you become a master of a couple things.
It's about, it's just about being consistent, right? And that's the hardest thing is it's really easy to, it's just, being consistent is difficult. Like for me, you know, your boy has ADHD. I struggle with hyperfixations, and it's really fun at the start of a thing because everything is new, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna do this thing, and I'm so excited about it, and I can't wait to continue. I'm gonna spend a bunch of money on this thing, and I'm gonna buy all of the things I need. Oh man, I can't wait to do it. And you do it for a few months, and then eventually you're like, I'm kind of done. The new shiny thing is kind of gone now, and I'm feeling not the same anymore. And, oh, what's that? Oh my goodness, I have a reason to live again. Let me go over there and try that thing out, and let me spend a bunch of money on that thing. And like, it's just like, especially when it comes to fitness, like you do have to kind of, if you want to, you know, run a faster marathon, you're going to have to spend a lot of time training for the marathon, right? If you want to, you know, do a bodybuilding show, you're going to spend a lot of time to get ready for that. It's all of those things. It just takes time, right?
More so than the working out thing, I see that a lot with like the diet thing. Or even people aren't concerned about what other people are doing, but they'll be doing this one thing and then they can't actually stick to it. So then they leave it and they start flip-flopping all the time. So like, for example, right now I'm bulking.
Rip to my hyper-focus cupboard where my hobbies go to die. Let's go. Finally caught alive. Let's go. Sculla and steel-toed slippers gang gang. We're going to have to release some steel-toed slippers for y'all to freaking to wear around.
And I'm seeing some visual changes. I'm feeling some changes. I feel a little different in my body. I know that I have to stick with it for at least a little while in order to grow so that when I do finally go through a cutting phase.
Who wants some steel-toed slippers? Y'all trying to rock some steel-toed slippers? Maybe we could put some non-slip on the bottom. Y'all, we'll be so safe in these streets.
I have more of a base build. You know, I've built the muscle. So now I have more muscle. Or maybe I'll cut incorrectly and then it'll just be like, you know, whatever. But point is, I'm sticking to something for a while because it's important to stick to things.
Steel-toed heels.
Especially in fitness. It's important to stick to a goal for a while. I would say the bare minimum is like 6 weeks maybe of like a solid, you're sticking to it. Then you'll see some change. At least give it 6 weeks of good, solid effort. And then decide if you want to do something different. Don't.
But the thing that's cool about that, right, is that like 6 weeks is not that long. Like that's the thing that's cool about fitness, and especially if you're losing weight, right? This is something I talk about all the time. If you're losing weight, 6 weeks, man, and like say you have a lot of weight to lose. If you stick to it for 6 weeks, you will probably see noticeable change in that 6 weeks. Like losing weight is quick compared to like gaining muscle or even training for a marathon and trying to improve your time. Like that is going to be something that takes a long time, right? But like when it comes to losing weight, you can see results so quick and it's so motivating. That was like for me, when I was starting to lose weight and I started to see the scale go down, brother, it was game over, dude. Like when I saw the scale, cause like I was the person that I tried to lose weight so many times growing up and I would see nothing. Okay. I was the least committed person, which is so funny because I have commitment tattooed on my freaking forearm, but that's regardless of the point. I would just quit so quickly. And then like once I started losing weight and I was like, wait, I've lost 20 pounds. I've lost, 25 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds. I vividly remember when I lost 70 pounds. So when I lost 70 pounds, that was the first time that I really believed I was going to be able to do it. Because I don't know why, but in my head, I was like, if I lose 30 more pounds, that's not even half of what I've already lost. And I will be at 100 pounds down. And I just remember thinking, okay, well then I'm going to do it. Like, I'm going to be able to do this. And so like, if you're trying to lose weight, just understand, like if you stick to it for 6 weeks, you will see results. If you stick to a deficit and you are consistently going to the gym, you will see results.
Don't worry about what other people are doing and don't let other people's stuff affect your stuff. Easier said than done. Next one, you set yourself up for failure. You might be setting unrealistic expectations. And then when you don't achieve them, because they were never actually achievable in the first place, you're like, oh no, oh, you know.
That's a good point. Like that's why when someone's like, I'm working with someone and they're like, I want to lose 200 pounds. I'm like, okay, well, let's focus on losing 5 pounds. You know what I mean? Like, let's start slow and like, let's build wins, right? I like to think of it as steps, right? You don't want to look at the top, you know, you're looking at a 3-story building and like, how am I going to get all the way up to the top, man? That's so high. It's like, well, brother, let me tell you about some steps. You know about steps? They got these things called steps that you can walk up, and you can take as long as you want, right? But you just take one step and then another step and then another step, and then you're a little bit higher and you're a little bit higher and then there you go. Oh, you've reached level 1. Now you only got 2 levels to go. Okay, let's take more steps. You know what I'm saying? Like that's you know, not to toot my own horn, but my coaching program is called Foundations for a reason. Okay, I'm sorry.
And then you're really upset, you might, I don't know you know, you might turn to something crazy. That's what I did. That's what I did. Maybe not as extreme as I did it, but you might have a certain diet that is a little too restrictive, and you're just super restricted. Mm-hmm. And guess what happens to most people when they restrict intensely for a long time? Guess what happens?
You don't stick to it, brother. That's what happens. That's what happens.
They explode. I mean, they kind of do. They tend to binge. That's really common for people, is they tend to binge.
Yep.
One binge, it feels horrible. It feels like the worst thing ever. Realistically, is it going to destroy your physique? No. Is that cycle of binge restrict going to destroy you mentally? Most likely, yes. What I personally suggest is moderation. Don't be too extreme.
Shout out to
Maybe
moderation.
if you're gonna ask like a David Goggins mindset, they're gonna be like extreme or die. All or nothing, extreme or die. And I think that does actually work very well for a certain type of person. I think most people overall generally, of course this might not apply to you, I don't know, but generally the even keel, long haul, moderation,
baby,
is the more reasonable path. That
now I understand this is easier said than done, and I think that there's always like, I think that moderation can look different for each person, and it can even look different for you, right? Because there might be a time in your life where moderation looks different than it does now. Like there was a time in my life when I was doing 2-a-days, right? Would I call that moderation for me now? No, but at the time, I really had nothing else to do. You know what I'm saying? I was like single. I didn't really have any other obligations. And I was like, this is fun and I like working out, so I'm going to do that, right? But now that would be too much, you know? And so I think it's all up to the person. It's going to be different for every single person. There might be someone that you look at what they're doing right now and like, oh, that's not moderation, but maybe it is for them, right? And so, you know, that's my 2 cents.
leads to long-term success. Now, kind of related to that one, you know, maybe like a little different spin. The last reason I'm gonna say, at least in this video, I could probably continue to yap for a while, you know. But the last reason
Rachel,
is you don't forgive yourself.
Yes.
And I'm sure some of you are...
Bro, this is so good. I agree with this 100%. Give yourself grace. That is so important, brother.
Sitting there like, that's a load of baloney. That's a load of BS, Patty. But like I said, with how moderation and kind of a bit more of like a gentle self-care, gentle parenting to oneself can be beneficial to a lot of people, especially in the old noggin. And the old noggin controls the old everything else. So, you know, that. If you don't forgive yourself, let's say, for example, one day you mess up. You will mess up.
Yep.
You are going to mess up.
Yep.
I couldn't count on one hand how many times I've messed up. All right, and I'm not keeping count. Nobody should be keeping count. It doesn't matter. Because you need to forgive yourself. If you hyperfixate on that failure, one, it might lead you to do some harmful behaviors that are ultimately gonna be counterproductive to your long-term success. For example, like I just was talking about, the binge restrict cycle. The binge restrict cycle can also be a binge exercise cycle. Over exercise can be a form of trying to restrict.
Yeah, that's definitely that's a very common thing that people deal with. It's a certain type of eating disorder where I think it's called exercise induced bulimia? Is that what it's called? Or exercise something bulimia? I don't know. Maybe not induced is the right term. Maybe I'm thinking about, I don't know why I'm thinking of the word induced. But that's a super common thing. But I think that this point is really important. I think being able to give yourself grace, if you want to say, forgiving yourself. I think the thing that's important, and one of my favorite, I'm sure you guys, if you've been into my streams a lot or you've watched my videos and you've heard me yap about this, is I like the analogy of the wagon, right? Because we always talk about, I fell off the wagon. I was trying to lose weight and I fell off the wagon. I always say, you are the one that is in control of the wagon. So if you fall off the wagon is going to stop. What happens a lot of times is that we fall off the wagon and then we're on the ground. We're like, oh no, I fell off the wagon. And we stand up and we start walking backwards. And we're like, oh no, the wagon. What's that over there? What's back? Oh no. And just keep sliding backwards, walking back. Oh no, the wagon. The wagon. And then now it's 6 months later, you've gained all the weight back and maybe even more. And now you have to start all over again, right? When instead, hey, Marsha, thank you so much for the bit, or not for the bits, for the super chat. Thank you so much for the banana. But you end up like falling off, and in reality, you can fall off and be like, damn, that was a mistake. You can forgive yourself, but that doesn't mean you have to forget, right? So you forgive yourself, and then you don't forget about what happened, what led to that decision, right? When I'm working with someone and they end up getting fast food when they maybe have been trying not to, right? Why did you do that? What was going on? Okay, you had to work late. There were some things that came up that made it so you couldn't cook. Okay, how do we mitigate that? What can we do to make it so if that happens again, you have something at home that is going to be satiating and that will work? Like it's all about, okay, I did this thing, and now what can I do about it? Instead of being like, I did this thing, I'm an idiot. It's like, that doesn't help anyone. Like, it's not going to help you, make you feel better. Any of that stuff, right? It's like, you have to, be honest with yourself. Okay, I messed up. But then beating yourself up about it, it's not helping anyone. Thank you, Rachel, for the super chat, as I've been told, is what it's called here on YouTube.
Or trying to correct
But Rachel, please stop flirting with people in chat. This is a Christian establishment, okay?
wrong, which it wasn't really a wrong. There was a reason why you did that. There was a reason why you binged. There was a reason why you slipped up. And you should really, instead of punishing yourself.
I am on Twitch, but I'm not live right now on Twitter. We're just live on Twitter, on YouTube. There's too many sites, man.
For doing that, because what's going to happen? You're going to punish yourself, you're going to feel like crap, and then you're going to start the cycle over again.
Yep.
You should think about why that happened in the first place. Did that happen because you weren't nourishing yourself properly? Did that happen because...
I like that. I learned to schedule a small fast food lunch so that I knew when one was coming up, reduce my craving so much. Nice.
You hadn't eaten a certain kind of food in a really long time.
No, I don't have any Twitch schedule. I haven't streamed on Twitch in a while, to be honest. I want to get back into it, but the move and everything, I've been definitely off my game on there.
And then you went out with your friends or your family and you just felt this urge. You're like, oh, I haven't had this in so long. Oh, I'm never going to have this again. And then you ate a bunch of food. You probably will feel not great like that day, but maybe just think about why that happened and how you can prevent that from happening in the future without entering this harmful cycle. The only way to do that is to forgive yourself and think about why that happened. Also, the moderation mindset will help a lot. If you're a little more extreme, then maybe sticking hard to that schedule. And by extreme, I mean By extreme, I mean you're a bodybuilder in prep. Like you are
I like that chat is just flirting with each other while we're watching this. You guys are the best. I love it.
in prep, which is a finite period of time, which is not super long. And most of the time, you're under the guidance of somebody else. If that's you.
So if you don't know what she's talking about like a bodybuilding prep, which usually is about 12-ish weeks. So it's a pretty short amount of time, all things considered. But it's definitely, it's not sustainable and it's very restrictive. And so, you know, a lot of the issue is a lot of people will do these preps. They'll get insanely lean and they'll think, oh, this is how I'm supposed to look. When in reality, it's like you are super lean. That's not sustainable at all. And it's pretty hard, right?
In your case, talk to your coach about you're having these issues. But this is mostly going for people that...
Yeah, people dehydrate themselves. There's a lot of stuff that it's not inherently bad, but the things like the levels and the things that people will do to get as lean as possible or to look as lean as possible on stage can be very dangerous. Like people have passed away backstage because of just them being so dehydrated and a lot of other things that go on, a lot of drugs and stuff that they take to like, there's a lot of bad that comes along with it.
Are kind of maybe a little more new and they've just accidentally thrown themselves into this harmful cycle. So if that's you and you're new and you threw yourself into this harmful cycle, take a step back and think about, was I doing something too much? You know, was I restricting? Am I constantly thinking about food and how I'm not getting enough of it? Am I nourishing myself properly with enough like vitamins and minerals and variety of food? Do I know what a portion size is? How much I'm eating in a day? You know, these are just things to be aware of. You should like be aware of what a portion size is. Just be aware. If you're gonna be obsessed over it, you need to take a chill pill, to be honest. If it's and by obsessed with it, I mean like it's ruining your life.
Yeah.
To think about that and not be on point. If it's ruining your life not to be on point, you need to take a step back.
Yeah, and you have to understand like it's not the end of the world if your diet's not perfect, right?
Or don't and suffer forever. You know what I'm saying? It's like that would just be my advice though, is to take a step back. So anyway, going over
one portion
all that I
size
just
equals
said,
one's cake.
the
Yeah,
number
exactly.
one thing why you're not making progress, you don't stick to a schedule. Stick to a schedule.
I thought that
And
was
if you're
the first
complaining,
one.
Patty, I can't stick to a schedule. I can't help you. You have to do the bare minimum and stick to a schedule. Number two,
Oh, she's just
you
going back over.
don't know what you're doing. And I don't mean like you're the most knowledgeable ever, but like whatever you're actually doing, you don't know. Like you don't know what you did in the week. So I like to use the Sheets app, or I like to use Macro Factor. I think I have a code that you can get a free 2-week trial, or there's a ton of other free tracking apps out there, but I like to write down all my workouts and I like to write down the weights that I use so that I know what I'm doing every week, and I like to generally track my meals just so I have a rough idea of how much I'm eating every day.
Yeah, so if you're someone that has no idea like the amount of maybe calories that you should be eating, I really enjoy this macro calculator that you can check out yourself. It's free. It doesn't cost any money. If you want to check this out, but you just enter your enter your information in here. You can do US units, freedom units, brother, or metric units. So let's just enter my information. I'm doxing myself. 32 years old, male, 5'8", tall. I'm very tall. Weight. How much do you guys think I weigh? Let me know. How much do you guys think I weigh? Let me know. Rachel, you're not allowed to guess because you probably know. And I'll say I'm active. You guys, you're not going to hurt my feelings. You're not going to hurt my feelings, I promise. 175, 90 kg. How much is that in freedom American units? 5'8" gain, 215, 220. Yo, what's up, Zach? Tree Fitty. It's good to see you, bro. Rachel, you are the Eldris Emo, 210. I weighed myself this morning. 210 right now. So 210. We enter that in. Bada boom. My goal is to, let's say, maintain weight, and then you calculate all that, and then it gives you all these numbers. I personally like to mess with this. As far as protein, I think 180 grams would be good for me. And then, like, the most important thing I think is the most important thing is calories. So I'm about 3,000 calories if I wanted to maintain my weight, which, you know, that's about right. About as many calories as I eat. And then you can, like, mess with these sliders, right? What do you win? A high five. Here you go. This is for Eldris Emo. Everyone else, close their eyes. You're not allowed to see this. Okay. Are all your guys' eyes closed? This is a high five only for Eldris Emo. So if you steal this, you are stealing. All right. And that's against the law. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. There you go. There you go. There's your high five. That's what you win. Bruh, I told you not to look. But yeah. So if you want to check that out, I linked it. Just, you know, just some information for you guys to have if you've never tracked your calories, just so you can kind of know which, you know, how many calories you should be eating. You were close, Lupa. Hell yeah. I sniped a free fiver.
Especially on the bulk, so that I can make sure I'm eating
smacked her face.
enough, basically. Number 3, you care too much about what other people think or what other people are doing. Who gives a damn what they're doing? You might look at this person and be like, oh, they're so happy, you know, if I just did exactly what they do, I'd be that happy.
I'm a criminal.
They might be that happy, but it's probably not because their workout routine, like it might be, but.
Did anyone actually close their eyes? I just want to know. Did anyone actually close their eyes when I asked? Rachel is on a gifting spree today. Thank you, Rachel. 5 more gifted memberships. I clicked the other tab. Hell yeah. I closed for the ASMR. I don't listen. I have ADHD. I've been watching you since Feeding the Beast episode 8. Hell yeah. You did? What? The high five was for you. Oh my goodness. This is unbelievable. What are YouTube memberships? So YouTube memberships are kind of similar to like subbing on Twitch, I think. But so everyone that's a YouTube member, so there's 2 levels. Hey, thank you so much, Marsha, for that's a cute little, is that a corgi? It looks like a corgi. But basically, so I've been uploading a video every single week for my members. So if you're a member, and you've been gifted, you'll have access to those videos. But yeah, and then you get like a special, your name looks a little bit different in the chat. And then there's 2 tiers. The highest tier, they get priority comments on all the videos that I make. So I will always see the priority comments like first in the videos. So yeah, check it out if you want. It helps support the channel. Obviously no pressure, but you know, we have that now, but that's what they are.
That's probably something else. You are really your own individual. Like, it's super cliche, but you're really your own person.
True.
You need to explore your own options about what will make you happy, what works for you. Okay, that's very important. Don't get wrapped up in other people's lives because you don't know what their life is actually like.
Facts.
The 4th thing, you set unrealistic expectations that lead you to failure. Your expectations are too high and you fail.
What's up, Machine Gun Kelly?
You start a vicious cycle. No good. All right.
How many lives does this channel have? I don't even know. I've done quite a few. I don't know how many are saved.
The last thing, which kind of ties it all in, you don't forgive yourself. So that can
Facts.
go with the first thing, with the schedule. If you skip a day or you don't go a day, and then you're like, oh no, now I can't go for the rest of the week. Oh, I ruined it.
That's
no.
the only, I think the only numbers that Zach knows is Tree Fitty.
Mindset. Bad mindset. Bad mindset. No, then you just, regroup, regather, forgive yourself. You have to show up again, though.
Yeah, she's
You
super
have to
popular
show up
now,
again.
Lupa.
So get back
About
to
Tree
it.
Fitty.
Or you underate one day, so you're like, it's just not worth it to, get back on track. No, get back on track. Or you overate one day, and you're like, all is lost. No, all is not lost. It's okay.
Yeah.
You have your whole life ahead of you.
Yep.
That whole life could be just tomorrow, so try your best. Or that whole life could be another
Hopefully it's not
50,
that.
60, 70, so on years. More. I don't know. I don't know what the average lifespan is going to be in, another 20 years. But you get the picture. Live your life with success in mind and take steps to make that success something that you can do for the long term.
Yep.
So you can do it forever and be successful long term.
It's easy to burn bright and burn out fast. You know what I'm saying? You want to be a nice, dull light it gives enough light for the room, but it's not blinding anyone. You don't want to be the overhead light that's too bright. No one likes the overhead light. You want to be like the mood lighting. You see this mood lighting? Oh, look at this. Look at that. You want to be like the mood lighting. Oh, that's so nice, right? Oh, it's so nice. It's not blinding you and like, oh my goodness, you want it real nice and moody. Wow, look at that. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get too crazy right away and burn out like a star. You are a superstar. You can go far. You know what I'm saying?
I want to be like the light at the dentist.
I think that's
You're
enough yapping
crazy.
for now.
Hell no.
I haven't done just like a yap video like this in a while. So I don't know how it's going to be, but
Beautiful.
Hopefully it comes together and I'm able to get my message across positively and it doesn't seem like I'm being a brute because I don't.
No, I think it was a good video. What'd you guys think? All right. We have watched the video. Everyone go like it. Here, I will post it again. Everyone go like the video. All right. Amazing stuff. That was fun. I want to be the LED headlight of a dude bro's truck. That's crazy. You're trying to kill people, dude. W for Patty. W for Patty for the video and because she's hot. All right. Well, I don't see what people look like, okay? I'm blind. I don't pay attention to that. She's attractive. I had no idea. All right? I don't have eyes for that. Patience, hard work, and consistency will always win, yeah. The thing is there's no secret, right? There's no secret to it. It's just you have to do things over time and it takes time, It's that, there's no secret to it. I mean, she did say I'm a star. She knew your name. She knew your name. Please, I'm a star. You guys are all stars. Hey now. As Smash Mouth said, back in the 90s. Maybe it was early 2000s. Hey now. You're an all-star. You know what I'm saying? She could punch me in the face and I'd probably thank her. Oh my God. Get paid. Y'all, I don't need to know what y'all are doing in your free time. I'm a little scared, to be honest. I'm a little scared of what y'all are doing in your free time. All right, well, I think that's we're going to call it there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. This was a lot of fun. Thanks, Rachel, for gifting all the channel memberships. I want to say subs because I'm so used to Twitch language, but thank you for all of that. Thank you for everyone that donated. Let me make sure. Marsha, thank you so much for the couple of donations that you gave during the stream. I appreciate that very much. Lupa, it was good to see you. Happy birthday again, bruh. Thank you so much for hanging out. Remember, Friday, charity stream. We're trying to raise $5,000 so I cut my hair. We can do it. I'm scared. I really don't want to cut my hair, but I will do it. All right, I will do it for charity. So make sure you check that out. Couple days. Zach, it's good to see you, man. Maybe we'll play some video games tonight. We've been playing Marvel Rivals. Lupa, get on that game. All right, stop being an Overwatch snob. Just get on Marvel Rivals. Just stop, okay? Just get on the game. What charity? It's for the American Heart Association. I'm gonna be a snob, yeah. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, there's no rating here on YouTube yet. Maybe that will happen. But we're going to have like different things. I'm going to blow up balloons here live on stream for a certain amount of donations. I'm going to have a wall here where I'll write your name down on a little heart Post-it note. And then there's going to be a very special one for a specific number, donation amount, where you'll get a personalized video from me sent to you. So kind of like a, what's that, Cameo type beat. And yeah, so it'll be fun. So I hope to see you guys here on Friday. But if not, I understand. Y'all have lives that you got to live. But thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. This has been a lot of fun. I really do enjoy streaming on YouTube. It's a good time. All right. Peace out, y'all. See you later. Bye.